Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us once again tonight on the Discipline Therapy Podcast with your two hosts, Mr. E.L. Discipline, and with him always, Suhey Sotomayor. And before we begin the show, how we usually start, I'm going to clear the energy. I love that thing.
Nice. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Discipline Therapy Thursdays, and we know y'all are fiends, so y'all know what that means. We're serving you your dose weekly of discipline therapy where not everything is completely free because we're on Patreon now.
Well, what is free, Mr. E.L. Discipline?
It's judgment free, sucker free, censor free, sensitive free, and plenty of liberty. God and the ancient ancestors are great. That means everything else is straight. So go grab your wine, popcorn, or my favorite, roll a blunt, but make sure the children are in bed. Why do I say this? Because we have that soul food and sometimes vocal conversation. Prepare your mind to be fed. Light one up, inhale life, and exhale strife. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, you are tuned in to the Discipline Therapy Podcast.
We're here. And we're here with Season 9, Episode 98, Her Need, Chapter 15 in the Seduction of Discipline book with a special guest. Special guest, are you on the line?
Hi, guys.
All right.
Hey.
So the topic is her need. Would you like to state your name or do you want to remain anonymous?
I'm going to remain anonymous today.
Ooh, today. Does that mean that maybe you'll come back on and tell us your name?
I think I might sometime.
All right. We like anonymous callers because that means you're going to be super duper honest with us.
Yeah, absolutely. I can't wait to get into this topic today.
All
I'm
right.
excited.
All right, her need. Let me read something real quick from the Seduction of Discipline, my first book, available on Amazon, Barnes and Nobles, also iTunes, electronic version. So, her need. So it's just no disturb. That's it. Once you hear airplane,
it shuts it all off.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, her need, chapter 15. You are never the same once you've experienced a true dominant man. They ruin any possibility of anyone else and anything else. Everything you feel is intensified. A weak man cannot love a strong woman. He won't know what to do with her. He won't know how to handle her, how to love her, how to fuck her efficiently. You don't know a woman until you understand what she's not saying to you. In the hands of the right man, a woman can be many different things. It is of his willing to allow her to feel safe and lead her. Be a man and take charge. Okay, so now the topic is her need. What do you believe is a woman's need? And then I want you to tell us, what do you think your need is? So first, women in general, and then we make it subjective, your need.
So for me, I believe women in general, the number one thing we need is security. We need security. We need to be safe. We also need to feel desired. I believe that we need to feel appreciated. We need someone that's efficient with communicating. That's big. So again, biggest one for me, I believe all women need is security, and that there's so many levels to that. We can get into that more. My personal needs, I had to think about this. I thought about this a lot this weekend actually, and dug deep to see what I truly need, not want, because it's easy to get those twisted. I'm going to start with saying the same thing. I want security. I want to feel safe and well provided for in all aspects.
So
I know that seems like a lot.
Is that a
but
want or a need?
That's a need for me to open up to someone and to bring someone into my life. That's definitely a need. Affection, open communication again. Financial security I was thinking that might be one of my needs, but I also believe that is going to depend on situations in your life, so that one could come, it could also go. So I think that's more of a want. Honesty, integrity, integrity is huge. That's not something I'm willing to waver on, you know? So leadership is probably my number one need
Mm.
in a man. I want a man that is able to lead, you know, not in one
Why?
area.
Why?
I've met and dealt with passive men, and there's something about dealing with men that do not have the ability to lead that is extremely unattractive. It is not.
Yeah, I
How do
agree.
you open yourself up wholly to someone that you can't even respect like that? I don't respect
Mm,
a man that's
So
passive.
mm,
so if a man wants to go 50-50 with you, and I'm not talking about bills, because let's get this
Right,
straight. Whenever I say 50-50, people always implement finances. And that's the
right,
least thing on my mind.
right,
We could
right. Yeah,
both be
me too.
going 50-50 on the bills. That doesn't mean we're in a 50-50 relationship.
mm,
And people need to
Hmm.
understand that, because they just structure everything about provide and protect, money, money, money.
Right, right,
Everything. That's all I hear in
right,
podcasts. That's all I hear about the world. Men and women. It's like we're together for money, money and
right.
sex.
mm-hmm.
That's it.
When you
That's
look at the
it.
man
Yeah,
as money, the man looks at the woman as sex.
right.
So we need to
Yeah,
stop these connotations.
right. No,
So
I agree.
if a man enters the relationship in a 50-50 relationship, now mind you, he's paying all the bills. He says you don't have to pay anything. But the rest of the relationship is 50-50. Like, so you're saying that that's a turnoff.
It's a major turnoff for me personally. Now, amongst my peers and other women I've had this conversation with, they would love something like that. A lot of them, they're okay with that. A lot of them
Mm,
look at me in a way of, why don't you go back to the 1950s? You know,
mm,
Mm,
if you want a man to have that, almost they want to use the word control, and you know, we're just in a different time now where people are not viewing in a relationship wise, like you said, it's financial or it's sexual. It's not about the statue of the household, how when a man, in my eyes, is the leader of the household below God,
mm,
everyone thrives in that
mm,
house. The
mm.
wife, the children, the husband, we all thrive
Mm.
when there is that structure, I believe.
mm. Do you think that,
So
like how you said, the women that you know in your circle, or just I guess in your area, um, do you think that they feel that way because they get triggered by the words? Because they're taking it, because a lot of these words have now turned, negative. Something that was, seen as a positive thing, the man leading the house. Sometimes these words have a negative connotation, and that, do you think that that's why your friends or the women that um, judge you that way, or think that way?
I do believe that probably has something to do with it. I also believe it's also this feminist movement now where women have to be we have to be able to hold our own in every way. We don't need men. We don't, you know, that's what a lot of these women are now saying. We don't need men,
Mm,
right? We don't need men. So when you talk about a woman's need and women are being told, you don't need a man, that's, I believe that's has a lot to do with it.
mm,
Now I do.
Yeah,
I believe
I agree.
I
And
agree too.
I also think that friends may not feel like they're capable of getting those type of men, even
Mm,
though
exactly.
even
Yeah.
though women are biologically designed to want those type of men. So the
Right.
fact that they feel like they can't get it, they have to shame it.
so
They have to.
they'll reject it before they get rejected.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like,
Exactly.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
talk about some stuff in my final thoughts,
Mm,
but it's like, those women may also feel like men like, let's just say, let's just summarize it, submissive or
mhm,
feminine.
mhm,
Right.
Men like that more.
right.
Men like
Hmm.
women who are about family and stuff of that nature. They like women who are nice and, who will allow them to lead and follow instructions, and you know what I'm saying, comply.
Mm-hmm.
But
Right.
those women, they're so fucked up. They're so used to something that they're like, yo, we don't want to be that, because that's a different type of sacrifice and work
Mm.
to be
Right.
that type of woman. So we might know a lot of men want submissive women, and that's why we'll shame submissive women or feminine women or whatever, because to make everybody equal.
Mm. That makes sense.
You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
It's
Because
the
it can't,
equality.
because we can't, like, let's just say hypothetically, we're hard to deal with. Men
Mm.
really don't want us. They want to
Mm.
sleep with us, but they don't really want us. But they
Mm.
want those women because they want to be doormats. This is the shaming. They
Mm.
want to be
Mm-hmm.
doormats. They want to
Mm-hmm.
allow men to control them in all ways. That's abuse.
That's
That's
abuse. Yeah.
toxic. See
Mm.
how they have to
Mm-hmm.
shame it?
Mm-hmm.
They throw these
Mm-hmm.
words specifically to say that, because it's like, it's almost like you're brainwashing yourself.
So you think they're also hoping those women that are
Will
shaming them,
transition.
you're
So
hoping
they
that those women will be like, damn, she's right, and now there's no competition because that woman stopped
exactly,
being submissive.
exactly, because you
Mm.
said it
Right.
right there.
They stopped.
Competition.
Mm-hmm.
Competition. So now if you eliminate the competition, now everything is equal.
Mm-hmm.
And it's
Mm-hmm.
like, yo, we don't have to feel like it's almost like how sometimes women try to compare their man. It's almost like,
Right.
I don't want to feel like I made the wrong choice with my choice.
Mm.
So
Right.
if I
Yeah.
shame you about your man, like, why are you making his lunch? You're not a slave.
Mm-hmm.
You're
He
not
can
a
make his own
doormat.
lunch. Yeah.
You make money. You can do it on your own.
Mm.
You don't need that.
Mm-hmm.
Don't take that shit from him, because then it will be like, we're equal.
Mm.
There's no way your
Right.
man can be more prestigious than mine.
Gotcha.
Right.
Now, do you feel, caller, if a woman is not fulfilled or getting her needs met, is she inclined to, now there's like five bullets after this.
Multiple choice.
Yeah. Do you? Oh, it's multiple choice. She has to pick only one.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. I was
Ah,
gonna
uh,
say because
yeah,
I.
if you watched the
Okay.
show before,
So I'm
his.
gonna do it because
Oh
I
man.
did these for the workshop for the free ticket.
How did you?
If a woman is not fulfilled or getting her needs met, if and you could make this subjective or just women in general, is she inclined to A? Now, if you have a pen and paper, write this down. You ready?
Oh, I'm ready.
Is
I have
she
it.
in,
Yep.
is she inclined to A, cheating and staying? That's A. B, leaving and finding what or who will? That,
Fulfill her need.
that's B.
Mm-hmm.
C, working things out and communicating. D, won't respect him and will articulate she doesn't respect him. Or E, sacrifice her needs for her man or the relationship. You need me to reiterate?
Nope.
No?
So no, I don't. I got you. Okay. So
Oh, she's
my
good.
question, my question
We'll
to
see.
you though, to come back, because
Ooh.
this changes things. Is she financially dependent on this man? Because if
No, no,
she's
no, 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 no,
financially,
no, 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 because it says if she's not getting her needs, so it's subjective. So you could speak
because
for
I
all
think,
women. Listen, you could speak for all women. Earlier, you said what you feel a woman needs. That's what you said
mm-hmm,
earlier. And then you said what you need personally. So
right? Okay.
remember what you said about a woman needs. Recalibrate in your mind. Remember what you said.
Mm-hmm.
And then put it on women. If a woman is not being fulfilled and getting her need
Oh,
met,
this one.
what is she going
This
to
one.
do?
My answer changes depending. Okay, so I think most women are going to leave and find who will.
Okay.
Most women. I'm going to say most women
Okay.
because,
Most women are financially independent.
right now, well, nowadays, I'm going
Hmm.
to say nowadays. I'm going to say nowadays. Now,
And
if it,
there's social media.
the grass always looks greener, right?
Hmm.
Nowadays,
But you have to remember, back then, women didn't have the options they think they have now. That's
they,
one. That's because of
hmm
social media. More, everything, right? Everything.
right,
There's easy access now to individuals.
Mm.
People are going out
right,
more, events, whatever. Second, um, Women are financially independent now. Back
Right.
then, different laws. Most of the
Mhm.
women weren't working.
Mm.
So it's like they needed a man for survival. They needed a man for shelter.
Right.
So, okay, so you're basing this off of women being like modern women, not
Modern
like in
women. This is
general,
not my personal, that would not be my personal choice. That is what I believe,
leaving and
what I
finding
see.
who will.
Yeah. And
Oh,
that's why I'm going
okay.
to say I believe that's why there's so many failed relationships and women that jump from man to man because of that too, though. So I'm going to say that.
Yeah.
But I do believe I believe that is most common now in modern things.
I agree with her. But in my opinion, the woman's not gonna leave yet until she finds it first.
I was gonna
Remember,
say she's
remember,
gonna cheat and
Yeah.
stay.
remember the backup job. I gotta
Yep.
get a backup
Mm.
job before I
Yep.
put in my 2 weeks. Remember,
But
I'll
I
wait.
also, sorry, I also feel like a lot of women already have that. A lot of women, I'm saying a lot of
Mm-hmm.
modern women
Male friends, yeah.
keep that.
Work
Yeah. I don't
husbands,
believe,
yeah.
yeah,
They got it.
yeah,
Check this
yeah.
out. Cheating and staying, you said.
Yeah.
So, okay. Um, cheating and staying.
Now, are we gonna go through this
Uh,
after the caller
yeah,
is
yeah,
done?
we could do
Okay.
that. Okay. Okay. Okay, so do you delete old photos, conversation threads, and numbers of exes, or do you keep them?
Me personally, photos, I have photos, text threads, all of that I do not keep.
You do not keep.
Do not keep.
Okay.
Mm-mm.
If a woman is getting provided for in a monetary way, but she doesn't get her physical, emotional, sexual, or spiritual needs met, what is the byproduct of this? I think you said it
I think
earlier.
this goes in with the other one.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
either feel like a woman's going to stay
Okay.
because of the financial dependence.
Okay.
She'll probably be miserable,
Who do you,
sad, lonely,
mm,
or she
Sorry.
will cheat. She'll cheat, or she'll cheat
Mm.
and live and have both lives, right? I
Mm-hmm.
mhm.
mean, no woman's going to stay. I don't believe that a woman is going to stay in a situation like that forever, long
Right.
term,
Right. Long term, no.
without
I agree.
going finding it elsewhere.
Right. I
Okay.
agree.
Who needs therapy more, men or women today?
Oh,
Ooh, for different reasons, because I'm a huge supporter of therapy.
me too.
I believe therapy, everyone should be in therapy, I believe.
Yep.
So I believe this is equal. I believe men equally as women, for different
No.
reasons
No,
though.
no, no, no,
I
no.
believe
Don't
for
give
different
me
reasons.
please, please
He's
don't
getting in
do what
trouble.
every female does when they come on the show.
Listen,
Please
I'm only going to say this one answer
don't do
because
it.
let me tell you why. Let me tell you why.
You got
Okay.
to pick
She's like,
one.
you gotta let me answer.
Go
You got to
ahead.
let me answer. Okay.
Tell me
Okay.
why, but
Okay.
then you got
Fine.
to pick one.
Okay. I'll pick
Will
one.
you agree to that?
We'll have a conversation about this another time.
Oh,
I will tell you, I will say women, and
Interesting.
I will say women today only because, and I will say this, uh, I do believe it's equally. That's my personal so you can this is hard for me. A lot of women, I feel, we modern women, women my age group, I'm gonna say. So let's say, you know,
what's your age
I
30s.
group?
was about to say.
I was gonna say mid 30s,
Okay.
mid 30s.
Mm.
Okay.
Growing up, a lot of my peers had not, households where both parents were together. Nowadays, the next generation coming up, a lot of single mother households.
Mm.
Single mother households, I feel, have created major trauma on both men and women.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I say equally. I say that equally. Lack of fathers in households, male role
Mm-hmm.
models on men. That's why I say again equally.
Mm.
So I don't know if I can actually go and say that I believe that one over the other.
Well, you did say women.
I say women because dealing with broken women, like I personally, I can look at myself and say that there was traumas in my life that I was broken from. That
Mm.
if without being healed, I am no good in society. I'm not good as a mother. I'm not good as a friend. I'm not good. I can't even think of being someone's wife if
So
I'm
Mm.
broken.
so
If I'm
go ahead.
sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead.
I feel as though, so that's why I feel therapy is so important, because until a woman truly heals all that she
Aspects.
needs,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, all aspects, she's just not going to be able to thrive in life.
So,
You
Mm.
know,
so
she's
what
just
is
not. She's
healing?
just not.
What is healing, and how do women go through this process of healing all aspects?
I think that's subjective, though.
Okay.
I think it is. I think
All
everyone,
right.
yeah.
Who gives more in the relationship?
You know, just to give you some, his questions are kind of loaded.
Hmm.
Like, there's so much, like, who gives more what? Who gives more time? Who gives more love? You know what I mean? But
Who
Yeah.
who gives more in the relationship?
just more.
Mhm.
Like, who provides more?
I'm going to give this one as subjective for
Okay.
myself. Okay. For me, in a different part of my life, I'm going to say women.
Okay.
If in motherhood, we give ourselves wholly.
Okay.
In the house as a wife, if we're talking traditional here, man goes to work and the woman is at home and she's caring for the children, she's caring for the house, she's making sure everything in the life runs smoothly. I feel as though in that sense, I know you said it's time, gifts, sacrifices. You said there's a lot, so I'm not going into all of it. I'm talking very surface level. I believe I'm going to say women.
All right. So I'm gonna skip through because the next three bullets are like coincide with each other. But Suhey
Okay.
and I will go through it because they'll be subjective for you.
Okay.
A
Okay.
man of let me see, four things. A man, money, sex, food. You got it?
Hmm.
A man, money, sex, food. You must give up 3 for 6 months to a year and only keep one. Which one are you keeping?
Logically, the only one I is food. How will I survive without food?
Okay.
So logically, I think food because I think survival.
Okay.
When I think money, I think, oh, you could buy food, but not if you take food, if there's no food in the earth. So I'm gonna go with food. Do I
Okay.
think that that's gonna affect me? Drastic. I think it would. I think that having only food and none of those other 4 6 months to a year would be extremely hard
Yeah. And you can't
physically.
masturbate either.
Ugh,
You can't masturbate
Oh,
you're
either.
killing me.
oh yeah. So that one, yeah. See, that's gonna be a very, very rough mentally, physically, and spiritually. That would be an attack. I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Which you
But I want to survive.
Me
okay.
too.
Okay, so that answers her question. But yeah, she answered that too.
Mm-hmm.
Do you need attention or respect?
Respect,
Do you need to be loved or feared?
love.
Do you need discipline, accountability, or structure or stability?
I need all that. Can you say that one more time?
Do you need discipline or accountability? So there's two groups, or structure and stability.
Discipline and accountability.
Do you need power and control, or submission, acceptance, or understanding?
Definitely submission and acceptance.
Do you need to be taught or led?
Led.
Do you need a man to control you or a man to submit to you?
Control.
Do you need mental stimulation in conversations or rough sex and emotionally unavailable?
Mentally, the first one.
So mental stimulation in
Yeah.
conversations.
Yeah.
You're not
Absolutely.
saying that to be nice, right? That's
I'm
like
not.
that's
This,
okay. That's what you
that's
would.
why I'm anonymous. This is.
Okay, okay. Do
If
you
I
ne-
was, yeah.
do you need a balance of masculinity and femininity in the relationship, or it doesn't matter? It can be equal.
No. I I think you need both.
So gender roles.
Yeah.
Okay. You want to keep going, or I'll just
Sure. What is your sexual need?
So openness. I need openness sexually. I need safety, dominance. I need consistency, definitely. And definitely outside of just like active sex, I want the intimate conversation throughout. So that's my sexual need.
physical need,
Exercise, sleep, mental stimulation, and sex.
emotional need,
Spiritual leadership. Oh no, it's spiritual. I think it kind of goes in hand
Yeah,
for
it
me
could be.
personally. For me personally, like spiritual and emotional kind of go hand in hand. So for me, therapy, a spiritual like leadership, those are my emotional needs.
financial need,
Stability for sure, and just to maintain a comfortable lifestyle.
material need.
I'm not very materialistic, so my material need is not high. I like experience. So anything experience
I need
wise,
a
my
car.
material need.
I can't do no bus and train
A
and
car. That's true.
like
That's true.
I
That's
need
true.
a car.
I guess that's a baseline. I guess that's a baseline I never
Mm,
thought of because
No,
that's something
yeah.
I suppose I've always had. So I wouldn't know what life would be like. So that is a need. That is an absolute need. You are
mm.
correct.
Yeah, these are just subjective.
Right. Yeah. No. A car. Definitely. A car.
Okay. So I want you
A
to do
house.
good. I want you to do an exercise. Um pen and paper. So you could write down the top of the list of the most important need and on the bottom of the list of the least that you need from everything that we stated.
Like which need is more important from?
Top to bottom.
Oh, okay, got you.
Do you need us
So
to reiterate?
are you talking about the ones we just went over? So
Yeah.
Yeah.
sexual, physical, spiritual.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you want it top to bottom. What's
Yeah.
important?
For you.
So physical need is going to be number one,
Okay.
and I guess that physical need goes in with sexual need in a way. I don't know how I would not put those two together. So that financial need would be number two, or spiritual need. Ugh, it's hard. You
Yeah.
got me on this one. You got me on this one. They're so important. So I'm gonna do physical need, physical and sexual. I got to put those together. I'm sorry, they're
Mm-hmm.
together. And then it's gonna be spiritual, financial, and material.
Okay.
My list.
Last question. In your own words and perspective, what does a man need from the opposite sex and other things besides a woman?
So I think, in my opinion, a man needs to feel. He needs affirmations so to feel important. I think that's huge for men. I think that sexual fulfillment is huge.
Mm.
I think in a in a relationship, domestic support is very important for a lot of men. Openness and honor. I don't know. I respect. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't
Okay.
really. This was a hard one for me. This one because
Th-
I'm
this
not a
is this is
man.
not a this is not a scientific or biological
Yeah, it's just
or
what
Right.
statistical
your
facts.
opinion. Yeah.
My
Just an
opinion.
opinion. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you for answering these questions and being part of the show and sharing your perspective.
Yeah, I hope you get to
Yeah.
come back again.
Thank you guys so much. I really
Mm,
appreciate you guys.
no
Thank
doubt.
you.
All right.
Have a good night, okay?
Thanks. You too.
All
Take
right.
care.
Bye.
Okay.
All right, that was good. I
All
liked
right.
her answers. She got really good answers. There's some
Mm-hmm.
of them I was like,
So
didn't
you
think of
ready?
it like that. Oh Lord.
You ready for this?
I guess so.
All right. What do you believe a woman's need is?
What do I believe a woman's need is? I'm I do agree with her. I think a woman needs to feel needs to have that stability. She needs to feel um like she's protected, like safe. She needs to feel safe
Okay.
in all aspects.
Yeah. So I concur. Safety,
Mm-hmm.
emotional stability, um, empowerment, and these things will come from a man, or they can, like let's say she's going through a healing process. She's doing
Mm-hmm.
this stuff for herself.
Mm-hmm.
Um, a woman needs like stability.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Just because I feel like, you put them in a position to try to build things and stuff on their own, that overwhelms them. That's not something that they were born coming out the womb doing.
Yeah.
It was always gender roles back then.
Yeah.
So
Definitely.
a woman needs like stability, structure, discipline. Um, these are also things that they, weren't accustomed to
Mm.
in certain things unless they come from specific cultures and environments,
Mm-hmm.
foreign possibly. Um, what are your needs?
My needs, excuse me, I need to sleep. No, I'm just kidding.
Mhm,
um, I think my needs are I need understanding. Like I need to be able to communicate with my partner. Um, what else? I need again that stability. I need that secureness. I need that peace. I need peace in
mhm.
my life.
Okay. So toxic is not for you.
Not anymore.
Mm,
I mean, I guess it was for me when I was younger, when I myself was reveling in my own toxicity.
mm,
Because that's everything that's toxic, not everything, but a lot of, the dark side that's always fun and exciting, you know what I mean? The
mm.
toxic, some toxic shit, depending on where you are in your life, could be very intriguing to someone.
If a woman is not fulfilled or getting her needs met, what is she inclined to doing?
I think
You said cheating and
and I'm talking
staying.
about just women in yeah, I think they would cheat and stay
Okay.
until they find, something and then they move on.
Okay. So I agree with the caller. I'm gonna go with B, leaving and finding what or who will. Just because of where we are today. With the whole work husbands, male friends, social media, you got about 20% of men who have access to 80% women. You know, people can book a flight now. They meet people at different events. Women can go to All Star.
No, you're right, but I
They
also feel
All
like
Star Weekend basketball. They have clubs open free for women. Men have to pay.
mhm,
Women
ladies' night.
women have so much more opportunities to
I think that
you
they
know.
eventually do, but because some of my friends are single, in this day and age, and whenever something doesn't work out, they're always like, "Fuck, now I gotta start over." Like,
Mm,
and they don't like that. They don't like having to open up and go through, the whole thing again. That's why I think if it's not working out, they're gonna cheat and stay for a while, and then they're gonna go.
mm.
That's what I think.
Now, let's say she's traditional, maybe submissive, very loyal, and faithful. So I believe those are two different things.
hmm
But everybody's entitled to their own opinion. Um,
Then what? I think if she,
no, no, no. This is what I think.
oh,
Because they're loyal and faithful, and they don't believe that they're gonna build the backup plan. It's like trying to find that job before you leave that job that you were there for like
mm-hmm,
2, 3, 5 years.
mm-hmm,
You find that job because the scarcity mindset. Like you don't want
mm-hmm.
to quit and then have to go out there and look. I got
Right.
bills to pay.
Exactly.
So, because the woman has constant needs that are important to her, she always has to maybe sometimes always be in a relationship. She's never had a break,
Mhm.
so she has the guy on the side, the friend zone guy,
Mhm.
and that guy is somebody that she's built a connection with. For example, her and her man get into an argument. She's crying, she's devastated, she can't talk to him. She runs to the male friend as a shoulder to cry on. She uses him
Right.
to vent.
Yeah.
My bad. So now that guy's already there. He's already the backup.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah.
because now she's seeing a pattern with this guy possibly that we're getting into a lot of arguments. Is the breakup on its way?
Right, but isn't that cheating anyway, though? If she's talking to,
She is. But all I'm saying, yeah, you're right. But she's not staying.
she's staying until she finds the next one.
Yeah, I don't believe any woman is just straight up walking out. Like I want a divorce straight up walking out, and
without a backup plan.
without a backup.
Yeah. Without
Because
a backup plan for
because
money, for men,
yeah,
for anything.
because they're not hunters. And about
We're gatherers.
90% of women are not walking up nor feel comfortable
Yep.
walking up to men, approaching men, you know, setting up dates, figuring out what they want to eat.
Mhm.
They're not decision makers. You know, the work is excluded. The day-to-day work, the industry is excluded, but they're not natural decision makers.
No.
So they're always going to build the backup. That way, when it ends, it's just all I got to do is just hit them up because I already built the connection.
Exactly.
You know, so they're gonna do that, and then they're gonna leave and find what they want. But before they're leaving and finding what they want and who will do it, they're gonna build that back up. Now, deleting old conversation threads, photos, and of exes and stuff.
I used to keep them.
So me, I never kept them.
I was like when a serial killer, keeps a trophy. That was me. I would just keep them.
So for me, and they could go through episode 53 in season 5. Would you allow your partner to remain friends with exes? Everything I provide is a gift. And you know, because I live a different lifestyle as well, I feel like my subs are prestigious. They're high value. They're not regular peasants. They're queens. They're princesses, goddesses in my eyes. So I treat them different and I give them different. That's privilege.
Okay.
So now when we break up, you become a regular chick.
Oh, dang. You strip her from all of it?
You're basic. I don't care about the history. See, most women will be like, I knew him. We got history. We used to fuck with each other. So I could easily just hit him back up and get back in. Me, I'm like, I become emotionless. I give all the emotion in the relationship, the aggression and stuff like that, whether it's in the bedroom or whatever.
Right.
The moment it's ended, I'm opposite of men.
You're like a switch.
Yeah, like some guys, like let's say like there's a hood dude out there who's comes from a terrible environment. All he sees is aggression, killing, whatever. So he's gonna be aggressive.
Right.
Let's say he finds out, grows up, right? Finds out his woman cheated. He reacts. Might beat her. Might kick her out. Might do something. You're going back to your mom's, whatever it is.
Right.
Me, I'll be so calm, it will be scary. The woman will be like, why is he calm right now? Because I'm emotionless. In this moment, I look at you as a piece of garbage. And because I look at you as a piece of garbage based off that betrayal, I'm not going to give you energy. See, those guys are giving you emotion. They're getting emotional.
Right.
They're giving you energy.
Right.
Me, I'm not going to give it energy.
Yeah.
You will become a peasant to me now. So now I flip opposite of men. Oh my God, I'm hurt. You cheat on me, or whatever they did. Maybe not even cheating. I'm hurt. So they react. Me, I don't. I take things away.
That's even more scary.
I take things away. I punish emotionally, psychologically, sometimes permanent punishment. So for me, it's like, if I was to react, if I was to call her up and argue and this and that, that's giving energy. You're not worth that now. Because when you were here, you were worth something and I was giving. Remember, I say a woman is nothing to me until I make her something to me. I've been saying that since 2017.
Yeah.
So it's like, to me, it's like, That's why I don't keep that. So when it ends, I delete everything. All of that is energy. I'm a spiritual individual. It's like when somebody dies, don't keep their photo in your house. Don't keep their scarf they used to wear every day. All of that is energy. You're inviting the dead back in.
See, I'm
And
spiritual too, but I
you're
don't see it
entitled
like
to
that.
your own
Yeah, yeah,
opinion.
yeah,
But
definitely.
to me, it's like
See
all of
different.
that is energy. So when you keep the photos, the conversations and stuff, all of that is energy. It could even drag you back to be like, oh, I missed this person. You're
Yeah,
scrolling and then, oh, I miss energy because their energy's still with you.
I agree.
So that's why I take everything down. But when I was doing it back then, I didn't realize how energy and spirituality
You just
works.
knew that
I was
you
just
did
doing
it.
it subconsciously, but my subconscious knew.
Right.
Yeah, so I don't do that, and I don't like because I don't have friends that are females. I'm getting stuff from them. They're a family member. I said this already.
Yeah.
Acquaintance, business partner, or submissive. You know, we don't have like it's not gonna be. You're not just gonna be friends. Like I could be your friend, but you won't be mine.
Right.
It's not gonna be reciprocal.
Right.
So you know what I'm saying? Like I make women understand that are with me because a lot of times they try to
From
play that
jump,
game.
you say that from
Yeah,
jump.
they try to play that game. Like I could always end but keep coming back.
Right.
Or how the door will be open because we had something special. I unlocked something. A lot of people can't get them. And he was attracted to me. No, baby girl. Like I'm real. I'm real about this.
Meaning.
Yeah. If a man is getting provided, if a woman is getting provided for in a monetary way, but she doesn't get her physical, emotional, sexual, or spiritual need met, what is the byproduct of this? Well, I think we said it already, before. Who needs therapy more?
Interesting, her theory when she answered it. But I'm gonna say men, and my reason for that is because we've said so many times, women, they go to their friends for advice, they go to, other women for advice, or just to talk. Women are very chatty. And I feel like we give each other that therapy. It might not be the right therapy, but we give each other that safe space to share their feelings, right? A girl is sad because of her boyfriend, you know, she could maybe go to her sister, a friend, her mother, whatever, bitch and complain or whatever, and there it is. And now she's ready to go back or whatever. A man, we've learned so many times, they are, depending on their nationality, their background, or whatever. A lot of times, young boys are taught, no, don't cry. You don't cry. We don't cry. You got to be tough. You got to be that. And they're taught to suppress their feelings and emotions. So I think with her, I'm a big fan of therapy. But in this particular question, I think men would benefit, and they would benefit more from it. Maybe not
And
benefit more, but I definitely think that they should have that.
surprisingly, I agree with you both.
Yeah, I agree with her too.
However, today is gonna be a rare moment because we agree.
No way.
My answer, and I also think it's not just subjective, I also think the correct answer is men. Why do I pick men? You gave your reason, but why do I pick men? I'll explain. Because I've been saying since season 1, men lead, women follow. So let's say a woman is healed, she been through therapy already. And whatever her definition of therapy, that doesn't necessarily mean she goes to a
That's
psychiatrist.
true.
She went through it. And she meets a man who's broken and she's trying to elevate him. A lot of men are stubborn by nature. We're not, and I'm going to say something in my final thoughts about statistics, but a lot of us are not, we're hardwired a certain way. We don't respect female authority. We don't want to follow females, but it's opposite for females. You know what I'm saying? Females are agreeable creatures. They don't like conflict. It's overwhelming to make constant decisions and multitask. They don't like that. So in a way, if a lot of men are healed, women will follow them because women follow men. That's why. So a lot of men are not healed. And that's why women are the way they are. I've said this in BDSM 108. I think part 2. We had Melissa on in studio. I said modern women are the byproduct of modern men.
Yeah.
You understand? That if men were to correct themselves, hold themselves accountable, and be away, women would follow their lead because they would be stamping things in the law, in the relationship. And this is how it is. They wouldn't be going following women. They wouldn't be allowing 50-50. They wouldn't be saying equality.
Mm-hmm.
You understand?
Yeah,
That's all
definitely.
toxic. But if the man was healed, he would be stepping it right way. Leadership, healthy leadership, divine masculine, and women would follow that because they're inclined to adjusting to men,
because
especially
also,
if they love them,
right,
because that's a lot of their love language.
and especially a healed man is not gonna, heal people,
Yeah,
broke people, break people.
yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Who gives more in relationships? I'm going to agree with the caller. Okay, so not to take away from men, and I feel like their burden is more on providing, so they give more in that sense.
And that's what it is. That's the answer. Who gives
Alrighty.
more in the relationship? It's men. Who
Well,
gives more things? Sacrifice, gifts, time. Who gives more of themselves in a relationship? That's women.
yes. Okay. There it is.
That's what I believe.
Yep, I
Women.
agree.
But who gives more in the relationship? It's men.
Okay.
But this can also be people's opinion, but I believe this is a fact.
Okay.
Who gives more of themselves? Definitely women.
Yeah.
That is a fact. But who gives more in the relationship? Men. I believe that is a fact. What gender loves harder in the relationship?
Women.
Women.
Yeah.
The woman is needed. It's the chessboard. I'm the king. She's the queen. She's the most powerful piece on the chessboard. She can move in ways I cannot. She can't win the game without the king, or it's going to be very hard. So I need the woman because the woman is the source for a lot of things. If I buy a house, I could get a woman and she can make that a home. Do you need attention or respect? Most likely.
At this day and age right now, respect.
Okay, me too. Loved or feared?
I'd rather be feared because I'm already loved.
Ooh, no.
What do you
So
mean
you
no?
just rather be feared? Don't be like, oh, because I'm already loved. No, you can only have one.
Then feared.
Feared. Okay. We agree. Wow. Okay. Do you need discipline and accountability or structure and stability?
Structure and stability.
Because you have discipline in your life and accountability?
Well, I believe that with structure, you'll get that discipline, and with that discipline, you already get that accountability. So if there's a structure to things, if there's an order and you have to follow it, that right there is already disciplined. You're already disciplined to follow that structure.
Okay.
And to me, when you have this, it's maybe not synonymous. To me, it is. If you have discipline in your life, then you're going to take accountability for yourself.
Okay. So then from now on, you're going to be doing this podcast on your own because you say you don't need discipline.
Let's go.
Right?
Because I already have discipline, no?
Okay.
Oh, that discipline?
Yeah.
Ah, I got you.
So you're going to be doing
He
it
made it
all on yourself.
funny.
Okay. No, but I agree with you. I'm going to need structure and stability.
Okay.
No, yeah, because I have discipline and accountability, and I feel like I could also instill that
to whoever you're with, either business
family
or
partner,
and everybody,
family partner,
whoever you come in contact with.
myself, hold myself accountable. I need power and control, or submission and acceptance and understanding. I need power and control.
I'm gonna go with submission and acceptance / understanding.
Now,
Oh my Lord, you scared me.
I'm sorry. Now, for me, do I need this from the counterpart? Then I will say submission, acceptance, and understanding. But there's no what it is subjective. Like, what do you need for you?
Right.
Like for me personally, power and control. Only because having power and control is one of the reasons why, well, aside from like the gods and the ancestors, why I'm here today, where I am today, success, my life, everything I'm doing, how I'm able to handle things like anxiety or whatnot, or pressure, it's power and control. So if I just have submission, acceptance, and understanding for me, There's no way I could be in the position I am today by having that, because I'm accepting everything. I'm understanding everything and care to understand everything and not just specific things that matter to me. I'm submissive to everything and everybody. That's not
I'm
gonna.
not submissive to everything and everybody.
No, I'm just saying that, like, for me, if I had to choose which one and why I chose what I chose, why I need power and control in my life, for me.
Right. Well, for me, I did choose submissive and acceptance and understanding, but like the only reason why I count like said what I said when you said it is because I am like we've had this conversation with in season 1. I'm submissive by nature, right? But not to everybody. I'm submissive to the person that has shown to me or proved to me that I can be submissive to that person. And I would need um people, not people, but that person to accept me for how I am and then build with that understanding. But anyway,
Okay.
do you need to be taught or led? I don't even know why I asked you that question. I need to be taught.
So you could do it on your own?
Because that's one of the things that I always, when I start my day to pray, I'm always, I want to always be able to learn new things,
Okay.
and that's just for myself.
I need to be taught to do it on my own, because I'm like a do it on your own guy. You know, these past few
I guess I
years,
am too.
these past few years, maybe 5 years, 6 years, like maybe 2015, 2017, I realized, I need a team.
Mm.
I need help. But most of my life, can't say my entire life, I'm still living. Most of my life, um, I've always took pride in doing it all on my
So
own.
then, wouldn't that
So
be lead for you,
so I need to be taught.
so that you can lead?
Yeah, because I'm a natural leader.
Oh, I like that.
I've gone into places where I wasn't even the boss, and I was like, "Yo, let's go. This is what we're doing."
Mm.
It's sometimes some people say it's a bad habit, some people say it's a good habit. It's a habit. Like, I'm a natural leader.
Right.
I'm a natural director, delegator, instructor.
Right.
So I need to be taught so I could do it. I like to know the game. I'm a student of the game.
Mm.
So that's why I say I'm the best in the world. In whatever I do.
Mm-hmm.
You know, do you need a man to control you or a man to submit to you?
Control.
Do I need a woman to control me or submit to me?
Totally control. No, I'm just kidding. See, I can make jokes too, people.
People know what that one is. Do you need mental stimulation in conversations or rough sex and emotionally unavailable?
Mental stimulation in conversations.
I was proud of myself writing these
These are good.
because they're hard.
Yeah, they are hard.
They're hard. And I'm like, I'm not making it easy. Because if you're gonna get the rough sex, you're gonna get some type of toxic with it. I'm not making it easy. So which one would you rather
Yeah.
have? You see what I'm saying? For me, it's an easy one too, because I'm no woman in my life has ever fucked me. Because I don't believe women fuck men. You see what I'm saying? So no woman has ever dominated me.
Thank God you're
Not
not doing the
into
hand motions.
not intellectually, not emotionally, not physically, not sexually.
Mhm.
So I'm the provider of that. So to me, I don't care about rough sex, because not all the time I want to do that. Sometimes I want to make love. Like, the woman's gonna follow my lead in the bedroom.
Mhm.
We're doing it how I like. All I need to know is if it's consensual for you.
Mm.
All I
I
need to
hope
know is
so.
if you like this too.
Mhm.
But I like that. I probably invented you to choke into choking, erotic asphyxiation. Your ex probably didn't do that.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? I probably introduced you to that. So to me, it's like, it doesn't matter about that. But emotionally unavailable, yo, that will never work. A woman that just wants to have a sexual relationship with me, fuck buddy. She not trying to tell me how her day was. She's not trying to communicate. She's not trying to open up her heart. She's just
Mhm.
giving me her body. She's not letting me in her mind. Never gonna work. for someone like me.
So
So I
interesting.
need to have a conversation with you, intellectual ones, perhaps.
Mm.
I need that. I need you to add emotions. I need you to pair bond with me. Because if I feel like you're not adding emotions, I'm gonna say something, and if it doesn't change, then you're gonna get dismissed.
Interesting.
You understand? Because like a woman that's not adding emotions when she's with a guy is highly in her masculine, and I like feminine women.
Hmm.
Opposites attract.
Mm-hmm.
So that means you're highly in your masculine because a lot of men do
Do
that.
that, yeah. That's true.
So that means she's masculine, and it's like it's disgusting to be with her now because she's not being feminine. You know what I mean? And
Gotcha.
feminine is arousing to me. Submission
Mm-hmm.
is arousing to me. So if she's
Mm-hmm.
masculine, it's a turnoff.
Mm-hmm.
So I need the menstrual stimulation as well as the conversations.
I agree. Do you need a balance of a masculine and feminine in the relationship, or does it matter? Both can share roles. I would say that there needs to be a balance within oneself, and then you bring that balanced self into your.
There needs to be a balance. And when modern women hear about gender roles, it makes them cringe. They
Mm.
think of, yo, you know what happens? This is I want to explain to people what triggers me. When you hear a word in your head, you see red and you see a whole bunch of terms.
Mm-hmm.
So if I say gender roles in most modern women's heads, they see red, so they're
Mm-hmm.
gonna become combative. That's one. Number two, they see oppression. They see gender roles, slavery. They see sexism, chauvinism. They see, oh, so all women are to do this, to do that.
Mm-hmm.
They specifically put a conclusion on it. It's not like the man says gender roles equals you getting in the kitchen, you cooking, you doing that, you breeding kids, and that's it. That's all you're gonna do. And have your mouth and pussy open for me when I want. You
Mm-hmm.
see, it's not even that. But gender roles could be associated with femininity,
Mm.
submission, emotional stability, compassion.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because those are two different energies,
Mm-hmm.
masculine and feminine. So, it just those are triggers. Those are what it is, but I believe that that is needed in my specific relationship. And like for me, in my relationships, there needs to be some type of power exchange inside and outside of the bedroom because that's what turns me on.
Mm-hmm.
So if there's not that, I get turned off quick. And I
Interesting.
don't want to be in the relationship anymore.
Mm. So, what is your sexual need?
Um, I just said it.
Oh,
Some
that's
type of
right.
power exchange.
Yeah.
But like dominant and submissive. So like it doesn't matter like what we do because I go through a list of hard and soft limits
Mm-hmm.
inside the bedroom and with certain toys, like maybe you don't like this toy, maybe you do, but it's one sided.
Mm-hmm.
And then I just give it to her like, which one do you like? All these things, and which ones do you don't like, and we can
Right.
negotiate. So now for me, it's like we pretty much doing what I want in there.
Mm.
It's just she likes it. This was the bonus.
Mm.
So there needs to be a dominant and submissive. We can't ever switch roles. We're not switches.
Yeah, that makes sense. I
So
mean, it
like
makes sense for the person that you are.
that's what I need. Um, for emotional security. That's what I need, like emotional security therapy. Um, physical need. I need to work out.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I need I need recovery as well.
Yeah. To
Like I
rest.
get massages, um, personal
I
massages.
love massages.
I don't pay for them. You know what I'm
I'll
saying?
pay for 2 hour massage. Hell yeah.
Spiritual need, meditation,
Mm-hmm.
praying, to be enlightened, to I need to read. I need to get my mind right. I need like at least like 10 minutes by myself,
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
spiritual need, financial need, independence, financial independence,
Mm-hmm.
material need, like I mentioned, I need a car.
Oh yeah,
Um
definitely.
I'd probably say a cell phone. It's like a lot of my life, emails, business, and stuff is through cell
Yeah,
phone.
definitely.
I can't be on a payphone remembering all these numbers and going to a building and asking for their phone every time,
Right.
you
Can I
know,
borrow your phone?
to call somebody. But
Mm-hmm.
what about sending documents,
Yeah.
emails, and all
Yep.
that stuff? Then I need a computer,
Yep.
you know.
Definitely.
So like those are like material needs. Obviously clothing.
Mm-hmm.
Um, you know, that's it. Like clothing, maybe information. I don't know if that's
Mm-hmm.
material. Like doesn't have to be books, but that's what I think I need. Yeah. What do you?
Sexual need. I think I need to feel safe and comfortable. Um, and be able to try different things. Physical need. I need to, do my yoga. I need to be able to bathe. Clean myself. Um, Emotional needs. Hmm. Emotional needs. I think would need somebody that just to be understanding or maybe not closed minded. I need some, communication, understanding. Yeah. Spiritual need, meditation, like you said. I love to go, when I take a shower, I do a lot of meditating there. I do a lot of, affirmations and stuff. Financial need, you know, I need my bills paid. I need my job, to I need to continue to go to work and get my money. And material, the same thing that you said: car, phone,
Mm.
food.
So from top to bottom.
Ugh. From most important to least, right? Mm, I would do physical, emotional, sexual, spiritual, financial, material.
Um, I think at this point in my life right now, I would say top of the list, financial. That'll be one. Um, and then I would say spiritual would be second. And then it would be physical third, emotional, and then material.
Emotional, second to last for you. That's funny.
Emotional second to last.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, it's in good
Why is it
company,
funny?
so it's in good
Why
company.
is it funny?
Um, because you're not emotional, which is why you would put it towards the bottom. Because you're not emotional. You don't just, cry when you're sad or
No,
anything. You're not emotional.
that's not emotional. I don't feel. I feel like emotional.
Sir,
I feel
let's
like
go
that's
back to
sensitive.
episode 59. No, I'm just kidding.
Sensitive. I
It
think
sounded
that. Do
like
you
you.
remember?
I didn't. You see, I tricked
Yo,
everybody.
you know what 59 was?
No.
Financial domination, prostitution, new era, constitution.
Unbelievable how you
Yeah.
remember this.
So check this out. Emotions. When you're emotional as a man, like you're compassionate, you're loving, you're caring.
You are being such a technical fighter,
Sensitive people cry. That's not sensitive and like crying and emotion. They're not synonymous.
but they
They don't
can
have to,
be.
but they can be. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Someone who's like doesn't have emotional maturity, who's emotional all the time, will lash out. They
Mm-hmm.
won't be able to control their emotion. The Sophia character I
Right.
created,
You're not like that either, though. You
yeah,
don't lash out.
yeah.
Yeah.
They don't rationalize. They're
You
not
just said so
logical.
right now. Like you're the
They
type
have an
that
attitude.
if you find, you're one of your women, cheating on you, your emotion is out the
Bliss.
right. You're,
Yeah.
you're exactly. So you're
Mhm.
cold and calculating.
Yes, I'm
No, right?
cold and calculating
When it's deserved, when
when
you
it's
need it.
yes,
I
but
got
in
you.
the relationship, my sub's gonna see something different.
Right.
So if we're talking about in general, yeah, you're right. But I guess like privileged people get to see that side of me that other people
Exactly.
don't get to see.
Exactly.
Okay, so the last question, what do you think a man needs from the opposite sex and other things besides a woman?
What does a man need? He needs He needs to know that he's doing a good job. He needs to be told that he's valued.
So, like she said, affirmations from the
Yeah.
woman. Okay.
Or not just his woman, but like people that he holds, dear to his heart,
Okay.
family, friends, whatever. They need to know that exactly that they're doing a good job as a man, as a provider, as an employer, as an employee. They need, peace in their life. They need peace of mind. They need peace when they come home from a hard day. You know, they need someone who's going to be there in every, in every way that he needs. They need a person there for that.
Mm. So, what does a man need? First of all, he needs accomplishments. He needs to conquer because that those things build confidence. It also builds competency. Like a man needs to be able to um like know the laws of the land and be able to comply to, because when you are able to follow like a hierarchy or high authority, that is the path of success. Like a basketball player could make more money than a coach, but he listens to what the coach says because the coach probably done it.
Mm-hmm.
Coach probably won championships. He didn't. Even though you make more money than me, I won championships. I
Mm-hmm.
know this game.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? So it's like, this is how I see the defense, and this is what I want you to do. Stay at the point, boom, 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 hit it at the key. Like we put with our best player, ball in the best player's hands. You know, so they follow. You see what I'm saying? A man needs to do that. A man needs money. Obviously, man needs independence. Um, from the opposite sex. Now I will go back to season 3 premiere when I talked about the menstruation
Mm-hmm.
one. That was like January 21st, 2021 when it came out.
Amazing.
So I said in my final thoughts, men need to hear that you're proud of them. Men need to, like you said, you're doing a
Mm-hmm.
good job. I appreciate you. um Men need sex from their women, or woman. Men need understanding, acceptance. um Men need that if they made a mistake, all right, you made a mistake, like you're gonna learn from that. They don't need I told you so or whatever
Mm.
it is, that stuff from women. They don't need they need women who will comply, who will be cooperative, who are not gonna nag,
Mm-hmm.
emasculate them, make them feel less. They need respect.
Mm-hmm.
They need to feel valued. um and they need to feel like the leader. They
Yeah.
need to feel like your father figure. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to ask yourself one question. Fuck her respecting her boss. Does she respect her father? Because
Mm.
she should look at you like, as you're taking her under your wing, and they do this in marriage, as you give her
Mm-hmm.
away, right? You're kind of like becoming her daddy now. You're the one that's gonna provide her safety and all these stuff, right? Because
Mm-hmm.
that's what she was doing, no, not doing, what she was getting before she went out to date. Her father was her first love.
Mm-hmm.
So now, if she has a bad relationship with the father wasn't around, abandonment issues, whatever, she grows up to disrespect men subconsciously, probably. Not respect men, not value men. She never served her father. She's going to have a problem trying to serve you and follow your instructions. So, if she has a good relationship with her father, she's going to have a good relationship with you.
Mm.
Because she's eventually going to view you as her father figure. So you got to ask her, like, does she disrespect her dad? Because if she disrespects her dad, I don't care how much money you got, tall, big dick, great at sex, she's gonna disrespect you eventually. And it might be constantly. You see? So a man needs to feel that with a woman. He needs to feel like a man. Yeah, so that's what I believe. Final thoughts.
Final thoughts for her need. Well, I think it's not just her need. We went over his need, her need, everybody's need. And everybody's need is different. So I feel that once you know what it is that you need, you can articulate it in a, when the time comes when you find your partner that you want to be with, you know, if once you know yourself, you know what you need, you can share that. And the same thing, you need to be able to recognize and see what your partner needs. So everybody's need is different. You need to just learn yourself and learn your partner.
Cool.
Thank you.
All right. So
I'm gonna read along.
you're gonna read along. I have two final thoughts. One I wrote, and the other one,
Oh, this is gonna be a long one.
yeah. All right. So women who have provider needs in a man: stability, discipline, structure, order, love, protective needs, or desires these characteristics in a man. They must study to see if these men possess this stuff on their own. See, a lot of problems is like women try to say, "This is what I want from you," and stuff. It's like it's going in here one out the other.
Mhm.
He doesn't want you to nag. He doesn't want to lose you. He'll lie to you, say, "Okay, I'll be this way," but he's not changing. He has to have these stuff in him for himself. You know, if he's a hustler, if he made it to that CEO position, corporate, whatever it is in life, he's probably had this stuff on his own. You see what I'm saying? So you got to try to find this stuff, like watch men from a distance sometimes, see if they have these qualities within themselves. They're men of their word, all these things, right? Integrity, values, honesty, respect. If people respect him too.
Mhm.
The woman could complain to him in all she wants, and how she wants him to be, even manipulate to get him to act how she desires. If it's not in him, he will probably be on his best behavior for a week and then go back to his old ways. Women got to look to see if you want these values with men, good men or whatever it is, you have to see if he wears his heart on his sleeve. If she desires a provider, she has to look for men who are willing to do things with without the woman asking.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Like it has to already be in him, like chivalry, like a gentleman. You know what I'm saying? It's like submission. Whether he was a ugly guy, whatever, a good guy, shit guy, that's in her character. She's a lady. She's feminine. She's submissive. That comes with her. That's part of her identity. She wears her heart on her sleeve. She's loyal, and she could be loyal to a fault sometimes, but it's not conditional because it's who she is.
Mm.
It's her makeup, her identity. We just have to remain who we are, but find those who love you for it and accept it. Most people change up because they fell short and now they ruin the potential connection they could have had. The vetting process is imperative. You have to put in work for what you desire. Part of that work is vetting and communicating.
Mhm.
So, um, this is really important. So I want people to pay attention. A lot of people are not gonna like this, but I'm gonna break it down, and when I do, there will be no debates. Men make women relevant and powerful. The feminists are probably like punching the air right now. What is he talking about? Throwing shit at the screen. But before they debate me and waste their time, trying to step in the ring, you can't just step into the ring with Ali because you think you can box. Okay? You got to get your facts. So before you waste your time, you got to ask yourself something. What's up with the strip clubs, prostitution, strippers, the term IG model, all pushed by men, created by men? I mean, most men are in the comments anyways, saying I love you and marry you, inflating these egos of these women, right or wrong.
Yep.
A man, matter of fact, a king can marry a peasant and make her a queen. But if a queen marries a peasant, he's not a king. I mean, most he might be is like a prince, but he's still lower compared to her ranking. Buildings, women empowerment, right to vote, conquering wars, smartphones, laptops, devices, technology, objects, cars, the list goes on, all created by men. True masculinity can bring out femininity. And this is the part of the episode where it says her need, because her need is most likely going to come from a man. not just her personal need, maybe hygiene need and stuff of that nature, period once a month. No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about her real need. Affection's gonna come from a man. Real affection. It's not gonna come from another woman. You know what I'm saying? Real testosterone, real protection, providing. It's not gonna come from another woman. Burglar comes into the room, y'all both getting fucked up. So at the end of the day, this is what a man is gonna provide a woman. This is what she needs. Masculinity can bring out femininity, but femininity can't bring out true masculinity. This is just a fact. It's never been done in history because women are inclined to following. Men are not. A lot of men will just wear a mask and lie to you and say that, yeah, they respect your authority. But when you're yelling at them, all they see is masculine. They see female authority. And in their mind, they were born to not respect that. So they just react and just do their own thing. And then women are confused. They're like, why does he keep doing it? Why does he keep doing it? This is why. Biology and science. So some religions believe of Adam and Eve. And the reality is in those religions, Bibles, etc., Holy Quran, um, you know, Eve is from Adam's rib. Man, woman comes from man. Woman. So men elevate women to their most optimal level. Women can't do that for men. It's in women's DNA to follow, not lead. And leadership requires you to debate sometimes and not agree. Leadership requires you to make decisions logically and not with emotion. Leaders may require you to be stubborn and stern sometimes, even if somebody is crying in front of you. Leadership sometimes is put in positions to protect, provide, teach, guide, instruct, delegate. A plethora of women will say that that sounds great and there's no man like this out here. And where are they? And I say they're around. You know, you might not want these good men. That's a fact. You might not want them. They might be too boring for you. You know what I'm saying? So when a lot of women say this, it's like you probably had the opportunity to be with these guys. You know, sometimes these good men are not looking your way because you're posting a certain way, you're acting a certain way, you're associated with a certain group. You understand? You're bringing some type of energy and vibrations, and they're just passing your way. You're not getting picked. So maybe you have to look for these guys. They might not be on social media as often, or perhaps they're not on social media at all. They're focused on their priorities versus kissing your ass all day or being online. And I said this in 2017 on the R&R show when I was promoting the first book. They be like, I used to see memes. Oh my God, I need a man with a little bit of thug in him, some sexual dominance, keep compassionate, but also do this and be gentle and da da da, all that meme, and maybe chocolate, muscles and tattoos, and this and that, and be able to lead and have a dominant character and hood and educated. Where he at though? Where he at though? That's all I heard.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, these men that possess all these qualities, they're probably not online every day. They're probably not gonna be in comments because that's feminine energy. I'll marry you, I'll take you out in the comments, approaching that like that in DM, sending dick pics. All of that stuff is not masculinity. You have to understand that.
Mhm.
Most likely these men also might be taken. Because if that's everything that you want, a lot of other women didn't want it. And if he's heterosexual, he's probably gonna connect with somebody.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So he might be taking. You might have to share him. So men teach women stuff at the end of the day. Um, and like even with you,
Me?
yeah.
What
Because
about
look
me?
look at all this stuff that we've been through. You know what I'm saying? Like you take care of all this stuff now.
Setting
Before
up.
me,
Mhm.
before me, did you notice?
Nope.
Exactly. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, even it's evident even here. Like, I
Mm-hmm.
handle the angles and the
Mm-hmm.
camera, and you do all this. I don't need to tell you what to do. It's second nature now.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So it's like, you know,
And
and
now apparently you want me to do the whole show by myself.
like,
What?
women are just agreeable. Like, they're in. You see more women in class with education, academics in universities more than men. Why? Because when you're instructing something, it's just easy to follow directions and do it. And women are more inclined to doing that. That's why they could sit at 4 years in the tank and get a degree. That's easy to do. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, women are just naturally agreeable, and and they have these follower genes. That's why men are more like, I hold them more accountable. They have more responsibility. You know what I'm saying? They can change these women behaving this way. Like, they could stop all this foolery. You know what I'm saying? Men that make a lot of shit go viral. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, I even wrote something like, even with my books, most
Mm.
women are buying my books versus men, because men will look at the Seduction of Discipline and already the cover, they're like, oh, he talking about sex. That's 50 Shades of Grey shit. I know everything already.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas the women will be like, ooh, maybe I could learn more. Maybe I could do
Mm.
this. Women are more
Or just use the
inclined to just
imagination.
furthering education, furthering knowledge, and knowing. That's why I say women use their brain more efficiently, even though we have bigger brains.
That's why I want to be taught and not led. Yeah.
Yeah, so
See
like,
how that ties in?
it's like, ultimately, like, men have a big responsibility. It's all man. Everything starts and ends with man. So it's like, at the end of the day, when it comes down to her needs, she never needs to tell you her needs, because they're already being met, because you stepped into the role as a man. You didn't step into the role and saying, I want to be in a equal relationship 50-50, because I'm coming in this to be one of your girlfriends or your homeboy. You understand
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Her needs never, she never, that never needs to have, that conversation never needs to come up again. In the beginning, the courting process, probably, but it never needs to come up again, because if her needs change, or most likely her needs won't change. But if she's like saying, we like, yo, we need to talk, and I got these needs, or whatever it is, you're not being met, you're not doing something as a man. You're not doing your job.
Mm.
You understand? She should
Yeah.
never be trying to hold you accountable. She should never be doing it, because the man should already be holding himself accountable. He's the leader. He's setting the tone. He's the king. She's the queen. He's the boss. She's the subordinate of the job. He's setting the tone of how the industry's going to be and where it's going to be. The culture, the culture. He's building some type of morale.
Mm.
I always tell men, like, it's better to enter your relationships like a business structure, because that works. And you know what the business structure is in relationship? A dominant and a submissive, a masculine and a feminine, and each party has a role. And that's why those always last.
Mm.
Tell me what equal relationship you see, and you could even include celebrities, where they still last.
Yeah.
I give a lot of these people newlyweds, whatever, y'all got married 2 years ago. I don't want to sound negative or toxic, but I'm just keeping it real. I give y'all expiration date. Eventually, something's gonna happen. She filed divorce. They were together for 5 years. She filed divorce. It was infidelity. It will always be something like that. And then if it's not infidelity, it would just be like, oh, they have mutual disinterests, or they don't have the same interests anymore. Or maybe she's like, yo, my needs ain't being met. You're not giving me enough sex. You're not this, you're not that. She got a side partner ready to move on with.
Mm. I agree with everything you said, except for one part, and I know we could agree to disagree, but I feel like everybody, like we've said it on the show before, people change constantly. You're not the same you were a year before, so those in that change, people's needs change, and if you're in a relationship, I'm assuming if I'm in a relationship and something in me is changing, I want to tell my partner, listen, this is what's going on. I no longer like steak or, whatever it is. But as you grow, as a person grows by themselves, you want to grow with your partner. And that involves change and needs, that change as well. But that's just me, and I know that was your final thought, so I'm sorry about that.
Okay, yeah. Like you said, we could agree to disagree. A woman's needs never changes. It's she starts changing when those needs aren't being met. Doesn't matter if she's older or younger when they get in a relationship. Her needs don't change. Like a woman can't say, I'm gonna give you an example.
Good, I have an
If a
example too.
woman is 20 years old and she gets with a man and affection is part of her love language, physical touch, she can't be 35 and then just be like, oh, I don't give a damn about affection. Something is wrong there because she always had that. That was one of her needs. So along the way, why did affection change?
Because she went through menopause.
Okay, but at the end of the day, like that is a need for her. Her
But it
need
changed.
her need as a woman doesn't change. Something changed that made her believe that that is not something that she wants anymore.
Some women, let's say before, as younger, their sex drive is adequate. It's regular, right? I gotta have sex once a week and I'm good, or once a month or whatever. Sometimes as a woman gets older, that changes. They no longer care about sex. That's why they're like, go have a mistress, buddy, and leave me alone. That need that she had back in the days when she was younger, it changed now.
That's not true. Ladies and
I
gentlemen,
didn't say all women. I said some.
ladies and gentlemen, women in general, their sex drive goes up as they get older. It's men's testosterone that decreases. This is science and biology. Look it up to see if I'm lying.
Look it up and look what when
Women,
somebody goes through menopause does.
women sex drive goes up, and you know what? And here's the kicker. Here's what science and biology won't tell you. I'm gonna tell you some real stuff right now because this is what science and biology won't tell you. Depends on the man. So if she's blessed to be with a discipline, I could turn her into a nymphomaniac. That's a bet. That's a bet. You see what I'm saying? So it depends on the man. You know what I'm saying too? Because you could meet a woman that's like, yo, I've been celibate for 2 years. She get that BBC, and y'all could look up what BBC means, and that dominance and whatever it is, that masculine energy. She want it all the time. Oh my God, I didn't even think I could come. I mean, uncontrollably. Can't stop. Legs are shaking. I can't stop. The man comes down to the man. Like I was saying in my final thoughts, the man starts with him and it ends with him. It's always the man. So the woman's, I don't believe her needs change as far as what a woman, saying in general, a woman needs. We're not talking about financial security, a lot of money. We're not talking about all these other. I think what a woman needs: protection, supervision, leadership, safety. Those things don't change. Whether she's young, old, no. Because even an older woman, every older woman got a little girl in her still. They might like stuffed animals on Valentine's Day and stuff. They could be 40 years old. So at the end of the day, the need for the woman never changes. When she says her need is changing, it's because he's not doing something. That's what it is. That whole steak stuff, okay, that may not be a need, but you're being technical. But in a general aspect of what women need, they need protection. I don't need protection from a woman. I don't need protection. I could protect myself. The way a woman could protect me, like let's say we were in a relationship, the way you could protect me is praying for me. I don't ever want you to, if God forbid something happened, an intruder, I'm standing in front of you, not behind you. A spider comes in here or whatever it is, whatever. I'm taking care of it. I'm not gonna want her to do that. So I don't care for protection, but a woman needs that. A woman's gonna want that. A woman's gonna want that security. She gonna want that safe space to be able to open and articulate without the fear of judgment. Me, I don't need that safe space for you. Like I'm gonna tell you how I feel, and you could tell me I'm a weirdo. Okay, that's fine. You know what I'm saying? We've said this already. My beard, my hat. Oh, you should shave it off. You should cut it. I'm not. I don't care. But if I tell you I don't like the way you dress, you're probably gonna adjust that. You see what I'm saying? So it's like you need more of a safe space than I do. I do need a safe space to be able to whatever, but I don't need it as much as you. That's not a need. That's not like on top of the list because I could build off that. But a woman needs that security in order to give the pussy. She might need that security in order to open up her heart or whatever it is. She might need that. I'm healed. I'm healed that when I meet a woman and I feel like, okay, I could trust her, I start opening up. It doesn't take triggers to make me open up. That was the old me. That was the old me. So now I meet a woman and we're vibing and everything like that, or opened up to me about something. I start opening up to her and she's like, wow, how is he doing this? I'm healed. But I don't need her to create a safe space for me. All I need to do is trust her with my secrets, to be able to trust her. But I don't need her to make me feel safe and protect and stuff like that without the fear of judgment. A woman needs that from a man because she cares what a man thinks about her. I don't care so much what she thinks if I look like a weirdo. Yo, he always wears V-neck shirts. He ain't got no other stuff. I don't care. Hypothetical, no woman said that. But I'm just saying, I don't care. But if I was to say something and she really loves me, she gonna adjust. Because I don't need that safe space of to not feel judged by you. You could judge me all you want, but she gonna need that. She gonna need that non-judgment. She gonna need that safety.
I agree.
So once again, ladies and gentlemen, you were tuned into Discipline Therapy Podcast. Peace.